Ah, the Emerald Isle, Hibernia, Ira, where Aaron goes brah. These names refer, of course, to Ireland. Join me for a quick tour around this island, world renowned as a natural marvel. Can you hear that? The mountains are calling. Let's go. Looking at a satellite image of Ireland, it's easy to see why it garners the nickname Emerald Isle. Nearly 7 million people call the island home, split between the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland, which is part of the United Kingdom. About 85% of that population resides in the Republic. The two largest cities on the island are the capitals, Dublin, which clocks in with just over a million human beings, and Belfast, with a third of a million people. Other notable cities are Cork, Limerick, Derry, Galway, and Waterford. The island is 32,595 square miles in area, which is just about the size of the state of Indiana. It's the 20th largest island in the world. A lot of it is very green, which is great for sheep. There are almost as many of these adorable creatures as humans in Ireland. But the landscape is also dotted with fantastic browns. That color can mean only one thing: mountains. In the southwestern corner of Ireland lies one of the island's greatest treasures, and you won't have to find the pot at the end of the rainbow to enjoy it. The Ring of Kerry is a driving tour of one of the world's finest mixtures of mountains and coastline, where the emerald greens of Ireland meet gorgeous rocks. Crags, beaches, and ancient towns bring travelers from across the globe to Kerry. The ranges here contain Ireland's high point, Carran Toul, which means Tuan Tuil's sickle in English. The mountain rises 3,407 feet to be the crown of McGillicuddy's Reeks, Ireland's tallest mountain range. The ocean views here match the grandeur of the mountains. Just off the coast is Skellig Michael, a World Heritage Site. The striking island is home to a monastery founded sometime between the 6th and 8th centuries. If this rugged spit looks familiar, you probably saw it in Star Wars The Force Awakens or The Last Jedi. Just north of Kerry is the fantastically named Dingle Peninsula, which contains some world-class beach landscape. Farther north on Ireland's west coast, the ocean cliffs become even more impressive. If you're a fan of The Princess Bride, you recall the Cliffs of Insanity. The vertical slabs in the movie were filmed at Ireland's Cliffs of Moher. At some points, the cliffs loom a staggering 700 feet above the ocean below. Few spots on our planet are as instantly recognizable as these cliffs. Incredible structures called sea stacks poke out of the water, once part of the imposing cliff faces. If you're lucky, you might catch a glimpse of a puffin flitting about. If you're brave, you can hop aboard a boat to tour the cliffs from below. The Cliffs of Moher are so gorgeous, you might think them inconceivable. Yes, that word does mean what we think it means. Ireland is inextricably linked with one of its patron saints, Patrick. He drove the snakes from Ireland and gave millions of people a reason to wear green each March 17th. St. Patrick spent 40 days fasting on the slopes of one of Ireland's most famous mountains, known locally as the Reek. The world calls it Croagh Patrick. Rising 2,507 feet above Clew Bay, this mountain packs serious relief close to the sea. To this day, many people make a pilgrimage to the peak, where a chapel has stood since at least the 5th century. Some crazy people make the rocky climb barefoot. Whether you come for religion, the views, or the sheep that graze the lower reaches, Croagh Patrick is a can't-miss location. The northern coast of Ireland bears the marks of a giant. Another World Heritage Site, the Giant's Causeway mixes myth with incredible geology. In legend, an Irish giant built a causeway across the North Channel to fight a Scottish giant. This causeway is an expansive network of 40,000 interlocking hexagonal basalt columns. The black remains of volcanic activity, Giant's Causeway is kind of like a horizontal version of Devil's Tower. Standing on this unique location feels so alien that the mythological origin almost makes sense. If ancient non-mythology is more your speed, Ireland contains megalithic structures older than the Great Pyramid in Egypt. The Brúna Boyne complex in the central eastern portion of the island dates to the Neolithic period. Three major structures, known as Newgrange, Noath, and Doath, dominate the lush greens of the Boyne River Valley. Mounds, passage tombs, henges, and other prehistoric structures abound, marking human settlements in the area for at least 6,000 years. The ancient people were archaeoastronomers, constructing the sites to align with the heavens. Newgrange and Doath align with the sun on the winter solstice. On the shortest day of the year, sunlight brilliantly pours into the passage tombs. Noath lines up with the vernal and autumnal equinoxes. The breadth and precision of these configurations is a veritable wonderment. We could spend hours exploring the glories of Ireland. We had to omit dozens of wonderful natural features from our brief overview. But from the oceans to the mountains, from the mythological to the archaeological, if you feel the call of the mountains, Ireland will never let you down. Until next time, from all of us here at TMAC, Slencha!